Hey, it's Caden. I'm out here in Trilogy at Vistancia, and I want to show you around the place, tell you all about the community and if it's right for you. And real quick, I'm not here to sell you on any of these communities. I'm just here to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly of all of them and help you decide if they do, in fact, work for you. I've got a free living in Arizona guide and a 55+ chart and graph where I break down all the age-restricted communities and what it's like living here in Arizona. Feel free to shoot me a call, text, or email for that. Let's get started. Now, Vistancia is a huge master plan community in Northwest Peoria. Today, we're focusing strictly on Trilogy at Vistancia, which is a green, tree-lined, gated, active 55+ community. Development was begun by Shea Homes, and they started in 2004. They're just finishing up now. They have a few quick move-in, new build spec homes, but there are no more lots, and by the time you're seeing this video, they're probably all out of the quick move-in homes. There are 2,800 homes in Trilogy at Vistancia, and there's also 45 different floor plans. So even though there was only one builder, that being Shea Homes, they do have 45 different floor plans. We are up here in Northwest Peoria, so you're not too far from Lake Pleasant and Peoria Sports Complex where they've got that spring training going on. You're about 45 minutes from the airport and the Suns Arena Footprint Center, and you're around 30 minutes to where the Cardinals play over there in Westgate, and you're also about 45 minutes away from Old Town Scottsdale. The nice thing about living in the greater Phoenix area is everything is highway, freeway driving, so it's not like you're driving on all these surface streets to get where you want to go. The city of Peoria already has all these great city amenities, dining, and everything like that, a really cool lifestyle in Peoria itself, and being in the biggest master plan community, you can see this big long list of everything nearby and inside Vistancia. They've definitely built around Vistancia. You can go back and pause and look at that list. You've got all the dining, grocery shopping, baking, resorts, everything that you need really close by to you. We're actually pulling into one of the two clubs here. This is the Kiva Club, which is kind of the main hub club, if you will. The other one is the Mita Club. It also has an outdoor pool. This one has an indoor pool and an outdoor pool. You can see it's kind of like an Olympic-sized lap pool inside, and then they've got kind of the hangout pool outside. This also kind of overlooks part of the golf course where the other golf club is. That's also where V's Tap Room is, which is a really cool restaurant. We're going to be taking a few looks at that a little later in the video. Now, Trilogy is going to have all the standard amenities that all the other age-restricted communities have, and they're also going to be nice and newer because it's a newer community. This is the Kiva Club. It has the spa and the cafe, and then the other club, the Mita Club, it has a Four Sages Chef's Kitchen, Shallow Well, Cantina, and Grill, and then there's also 50 clubs here in Trilogy at Vistancia. So just as much going on in this community as all the other rooms. I talked about V's Tap Room. It overlooks the Par 72 Gary Tanks 18-hole championship golf course. That was a mouthful, but it is a beautiful golf course that they have here in Trilogy. It is open to the public, but of course the residents get the better picks and tee time and better rates, all of that good stuff. And it's located just outside the gates, so it is easy for your friends to just come meet you at the golf club, meet you at V's Tap Room, which this is V's Tap Room that we're looking at now. We'll get to see the really cool views that it has just overlooking, and you can actually see the Kiva Club across the way there. If you kind of squint your eyes, I'll zoom in for you as well. But really great scenery here at Trilogy. That's why people love it. People love the community for the lifestyle. People love it because everybody, this is not the first video you've watched on Trilogy most likely. And you can hear everybody say it doesn't feel like you're in Arizona. It's completely tree-lined. And they're completely right. It really does not feel like you're in Arizona. You're driving down the streets. You're completely shaded from the trees. It is super green and it's super beautiful. Now we're back from our quick stop over at V's Tap Room. I want to show you more around the Kiva Club. Both the Kiva Club and the Mita Club both have indoor state-of-the-art fitness centers. They both have pools, like I said earlier, and they both have their own like little cafes and restaurants as well that serve lunch, breakfast, everything like that. Now, you're also close to a bunch of good trails for walking, hiking, biking, all of that good stuff, like West Wing Mountain Loop Trail. You're also close to Lake Pleasant Pipeline Canyon Trail, Skunk Creek Trail, and Sunrise Mountain Trail. Now, if you remember way back at the beginning of the video, I said I was going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly of the community. And I haven't said anything bad yet. What is this guy doing? He hasn't said a single bad thing. He said he was going to tell us the honest truth. And here we are at the honest truth. The big con of Trilogy at Vistancia is the HOA fees. They are higher than a lot of the other communities. There is a $3,360 capital improvements fee, which is about normal with the other age-restricted communities, but there is an $840 quarterly HOA fee. So that's about $280 a month. And that is a decent amount of HOA fees to pay per quarter, and the capital improvements, which is the one-time buy-in to the community to keep things nice. The good part about paying the HOA fee is driving around the community. You can definitely tell they're using just about every one of your dollars. Nothing's going to waste just because of how nice and upkept the community is. But again, that's a decent amount to be paying every quarter, and I definitely understand people who would shy away from the community because of how high the HOA fees are. The general price range here in Trilogy is a bit higher than the other communities as well. I would say you're looking at about a $450 entry-level home at the minimum, and it ranges all the way up to, about $1.3 million. So, big price range, but you definitely have to start at least $450. There's nothing much under that here in the community, which is a decent price to pay for a home in an age-restricted community. So the prices and the HOA fees definitely reflect how luxurious it is just because of how high they are. And I would say that's the major con of living in Trilogy. So there you go. I'm an honest guy. I told you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I am going to get a little more specific on exactly the price ranges and the closes in the last 90 days when we start walking through a home a little bit later in the video. But we're going to finish up the tour here of the Kiva Club. I like this club a lot. It's got the pickleball. They do pickleball tournaments, of course, just like everywhere. Everybody loves pickleball. I play a little bit myself as well, so if you do end up moving in here and you need one more to complete the floor, you definitely have to give me a call. I'm about a 3-0 player for those of you who do play and know what I'm talking about. But for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. We're moving on to another section here anyway. We're going over to the bocce ball courts. We'll get to check that out. I don't get too much good footage of the pool just because I'm filming this during summertime, so a lot of people are out enjoying the pool, and I don't want to videotape people enjoying the pool. Think that's a bit weird. So we're just going to speed around the community. I'm going to show you just the last finishing touches of the club. I think there's a lot of great scenery. Obviously, I've kind of already said that, but they take great care of the golf course, of all the clubs. So the HOA fee, definitely high, but at least you can see that it's going to good use. You can see the tennis courts here. They've got all these bulletin boards kind of advertising little tournaments that they've got going on. I think that's pretty cool part of communities too, just to see the bulletin boards, see people kind of communicating through the board. Pretty cool. It's not too unique because that's going on at a lot of communities. I just think it's cool to look and see that going on in a community. But there really is not much else to say about the amenities. I think I've hit on everything here. So I'm going to just throw on some music, let you finish out the last minute of this tour of this club, and I'll meet you here in about 30-45 seconds, and we'll talk about the market and walk you through one of the homes here. And here's one of those active listings. I'm going to show you around and tell you a little bit more about the market here in Trilogy. Let's take a look. This home is listed at $629. It is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and it has the office/den. It's just over 2,100 square feet, and it was built in 2005. You can see it opens up to the cool private courtyard with that chandelier in the front. But it was built in 2005, so it is one of the first homes that was in here. I remember I said they started development here in 2004. Now, talking about the market, in the last 90 days, we saw 63 closings here in Trilogy at Vistancia. The median price of that was $671. So this one listed at $629. You can tell this is just below what an average medium home is selling for. The low was $449.9. and the high was 1.25 million. So if you kind of remember back to the general price range I gave, that's basically exactly what it is, just about 450,000 to 1.3 million. We're turning into the master here, the primary bedroom with the primary bathroom. This also has a little door to the outside patio, which we'll get to check out. I liked this lot. It was a nice corner lot. You had kind of like a half wall in between you and your back neighbor, so it had a little bit of privacy, but it wasn't like a full block wall like they have in some of these communities. You can see cool little sink on the side there, and then another like a makeup sink counter here to my left. Walk-in closet, standard thing in a lot of these homes to have the walk-in closet right there at the end of the bathroom. And as we walk through this house, you've got to remember there's 45 other floor plans in this community, and this is just one of them. So, just about every year they're coming out with new collections, all these new floor plans from 2004 until now. It's been 19, 20 years almost. And every year they're coming out with new floor plans. So there's going to be a ton of different floor plans. This is the patio I was talking about. I really liked it. You can see that half wall back there I was talking about earlier. I think this is a nice little lot to host some events at. Have some friends over after you hit up the Kiva Club, hit up the Mita Club, go to V's Tap Room, and just have the friends over, hang out on the patio. I think it's a nice little lot. It has some nice furniture out here as well. They did a nice job decorating the patio out here as well. Now, if you're thinking, wow, I really like this community, Vistancia, it looks really nice, it's in the perfect area I like, I just don't know if I want to be in the age-restricted part. I want to be maybe in the family-focused area. I don't mind if there's kids running around. I will have a few videos on the other parts of Vistancia. There are 3 other parts of Vistancia. I'll have videos coming out on those within the next couple weeks as well. So maybe Trilogy isn't for you, but one of those other parts of Vistancia is, or maybe just another community in a completely different part of the valley. I probably have a video on it. I've been doing a lot of these communities lately, so I hope you can check out one of those if this one does not work for you. And I am a realtor out here in the Phoenix Valley of Arizona, so if you had any questions about this community or maybe one of the others, or just living in Arizona in general, planning to move, feel free to hit me with a call or a text, email. I also have that free Living in Arizona guide with the 55 plus chart and graph. All that's free. Just shoot me a text over so I can get that to you, and I'll talk to you soon.